Well, YouTube, what do you think? It's about 45 degrees outside. I'm in here playing. As you can all know, stove's going. I did an earlier video. All that electrical wiring, you get the little brass bits out of the end of the fluorescent tubes. I think I got it all cleaned up. This was all the wire that came off of those. It wasn't too bad. I have to strip it yet. That's why it's in a pail all by its lonesome. It's all hardcore, single strand, one wire. So, transformers and microwave stuff. I think I'll leave the transformers for winter. I might tackle, but I got these buckets. I can start stripping this stuff up. Seeing what's all in these. Like this guy, for instance. I have no idea what's in them. I'm not even 100% sure I know what it is. I think it was a circulation pump. Jetstream 300, it says. Well, we're going to see how well that Jetstream 300 really is. I'm not going to try and make the videos too long. I'm going to set you right here. Hopefully you can see that alright. Try not to make too much noise for you. So we're going to find out together what's in a Jetstream 3500. Whoa, look at that. Nice little motor. And I guess it's a pump. That's obviously, well, you're attached. Okay. I'm not just going to be able to pry you out. Put some stuff on there to make sure it doesn't come off, I guess. No vibrate loose while it's running. Can't have that. Oh no. Boom. One transformer. Well, that'll come apart easy. Oh, looks like copper to me, I think. Nip the little wire off here. Put it in the wire bucket behind me. I'm not 100% sure how that worked. The motor was laying something like that, so it must have sent a nice magnetic current down there. Should be able to get you off not too hardly. You don't want to come out like you should. There we go. Just have to encourage it a little bit. It's all platelets. Look at that. The buggers are stuck inside. That's how these motors, that's why you only get shred for these. These are not heavy steel motors because they all come in parts. See that? I took it apart and now it's all in pieces. There we are. That is garbage. This guy, well, okay, it just went back and forth. So that's not even a motor. It's just a pump. And with the little contacts and with that thing running, it just made it go back and forth. So there's enough steel on it. Go in the shred bucket. Oh, this is shred. Screws are shred. We just gotta take him apart. It shouldn't be too horrible of a task, I wouldn't think. Yeah, it's going to come out on its own anyways. There's a lot of copper in there. No, this ain't all of it. I left a bunch in, only because I was trying to cut it, I guess. Guess I shouldn't have tried to cut it. Take that paper off. Take that off. There's the rest of it. It'll come off. There we go. More and more and more. Don't worry, we'll get her all. Leave no copper behind. Right? That's the way it works. This is really soft stuff. It's just like hair. It doesn't matter if it's cut, right? It's all copper. Knife's not strong enough. There we go. There we go. Nice. Nice little ball of copper. It's got weight to it. You can feel that when you let it bounce in your hand. I just took a ball of, I'll be right, hang on a sec. I just did one of them motors. Wings are all up. That's aluminum. Now that ball is twice the size and it barely weighs about, let's say, a quarter of the weight. Aluminum copper. This was one of them double motors. Similar to this. See how there's two windings on there? That's what this was. I got two balls of this. I still get paid for that. This will be my next victim. See, different colors. This is more, this would be more of your Bear Bright, but I don't get Bear Bright around here because it's too fine, so it's number 2 copper. That's aluminum. So in the number 2 copper bucket it goes. I do get paid for the aluminum wiring, not near as much as the copper, but oh well, it does add up, right? That's got steel on it, so that goes in the shred. That's just plastic, garbage, garbage. Look at that, it's 70 degrees Fahrenheit over here by the workbench. I'd say cool, but it's warm. Could actually take my hoodie off, but I've been going in and out of the garage. Little pieces of brass are in here yet. See, it's not soldered, it's just pinched in through that little pinch. So, oh yeah, brass is brass. I don't know why you can see that. It's 3 little pieces. That's all that was on there. It was in the brass bucket. I do all these pretty well the same way. Cut the plastic in half. Disconnect the copper. I just peel off the one end. You can try and smash this, but these are very soft plastic, so it's easier, I find, to just tear it. Try and tear it. So then you get an opening end and you just pull it right off. Boom, there it is, it's empty. That's one half of a motor. That would have been on probably a dishwasher. Or, no, that wouldn't be the back of a microwave fan. They're a little different. I know I have a microwave fan in here. So I tore a whole pile of microwaves apart. Me and Canadian treasure hunter. If I would have thought of timing it, I would have. He timed how long it took to take 16 microwaves apart or something like that. I did about 20 of them. You saw all the shells, but I didn't time it. But I did it all that day. Like I just went boom, boom, boom. I didn't film it. I might have filmed a little bit of it, but not all of it. Like I said, I don't know how to edit. I didn't know how long you wanted to watch. Taking 20 some odd microwaves apart. They were the above the range. See, that's empty now too. That's how simple those are to take apart. No power tools. Just with your hands. Get two beautiful balls of copper. Mind you, I only get paid number 2 for this. There is varnish on them. So my little bucket, I'll swing you over to it, is filling up. That'd be him right there. It's all processed, ready to go. All I gotta do is convince myself to bring it in. You know? And then this is just garbage. Microwave fan motor. Do I have any in here? Yeah, this would be what it would look like. So it's a single. I'll pop him off real quick. Screwdriver. You gotta quit beating up my screwdrivers. Well, that happened very well. Didn't ya? Oh, I see why. Wasn't enough there to grip. Try that again. Come off with there, I'll let you. Well, the whole thing's opening up. Okay. For the time being, I'll get him out. See, he's the same, all them little platelets. Cheap ass motors. We just got to get him out of there. Squish all the platelets back together. Don't know what side will come out the easiest. Maybe that side. Pull him out of there. Boom. Just platelets. Same idea as the motor. The rest of it. Now we just have this guy to deal with. I do the same with him. Just open them up. Sometimes they peel, sometimes they don't. Well, if you're going to break, that's fine too. Don't care. Sometimes they're just that soft of plastic, all they want to do is stretch. Yeah. Have to get more of it off because otherwise it won't come off properly. Let's see if that comes off alright. No, so he's getting hung up. I'll have to try and get the edge clean. There we go. Now he's ripping. That's better. See? Same as those other two. This is just a single. I've come to the end of it. Get hung up. Come here. Yeah, I would love to see how these are made. There's no way anybody winds them by hand. You think? Yes, I always do these in the garage. I don't like to lose this stuff. But look at it this way. When I'm cutting motors on the bench vise here, like when I pull them out, I have to use the vise. I do copper and aluminum. Sometimes you got to fight them, and then you lose bits and pieces on the floor. See, this is all I've been doing so far, and there's no bits and pieces on the floor, so. So there you have it. Nice little ball of copper in the bucket. It's got little bits of steel on it. They come off real easy. Now he's just a piece of plastic. And he doesn't know how to get in the garbage can. These guys go in the shred bucket. And I just got to finish with him. This one's actually plastic. I'm impressed. That's usually aluminum. It's plastic. So we're getting cheaper and cheaper on our motor builds. Hold him down. Next. I'm just holding the nut on the other side. There's two nuts. One I'm holding and the one holding the drill. There you have it. Iron and aluminum. I have a separate bucket for them. So, there's little pieces inside here. See how hard it is to take them apart. It's all plastic. You don't get that. And there we go. Plastic parts still together. I don't know where that went. But we have steel and a piece of brass. Show it better in my hand. Little piece of brass is what houses the bearing. Sometimes these guys look so much like brass. This is. That piece is, so he's in there. But that is not. Magnet stuck to him, so definitely steel. We'll do the same with this side. Like I said, I've never had one of these before. Plastic. That's totally new to me. There, we got all the goodies out. It's just a plastic. I don't remember what he came out of. I'm going to say a microwave, but I'm not 100% sure now. I don't remember. I should have looked at it a little closer. So, little piece of brass, little piece of steel. It's too bad they went that far to use a piece of brass to hold the steel bearing in, you know. Why wouldn't they just put a brass bearing in? Make me happier. So now I just got to cut these off. That's copper. So they're kind of welded together on one side. I think you've seen this many a times that I take these apart. Oop. Oh, that was a good catch. Well, you could agree with me, you know. This one's actually coming apart very easy. I'll show you in a sec. Probably because I had these platelets all apart, pretty much. Cut it where it goes inside. That way you can pull it out easier. But yeah, I tried to get every little bit of copper off of these. I know not everybody would do this. I don't think anybody does it, except me. I've yet to see anybody else do it. See, now this one is welded to the steel. So he's getting to be a little more difficult to get off. Have to pull them out all the way. difficult. There we go. I just had to cut it loose from its little welding attire. Convince him he wanted to come out. There. See, the platelets are falling apart. So I just throw it in there. So anyways, here's the little copper bits. I don't know what that does to the motor. Maybe a positive and a negative. But I put it in with my number 2 copper. Just the wire, because it is a piece of wire. It's just stripped, right? So I have lots to do. Take all these guys apart. They gotta come out of their shell. Come out of your shell. Come on, don't be shy. Now we're getting long-winded again. Anyways, in the vise, steel has to come off, so the steel pops open on both sides. And then you just pop it right out. Boom, boom. Now you just have the motor. Had someone say they wouldn't do anything for shred. Well, see, I just took those motors apart and I got shred. I have no choice. You cannot do micro scrapping without shred. I know the price is low. Sometimes these are brass, and a lot of times they're not. These are not. I don't think it is. I'll give it a cut, see what it does. It might be brass. Come on. It doesn't cut like brass. Yeah, it's got a brassy sheen to it, so we'll hang on to it like it's brass. I might have to put it in with my plugs. I like to keep them separate, just in case they say, "Oh yeah, blah, blah," and I give them no excuses, you know. Spared no expense. Well, I see the big guy is out scrapping with the wife's car. Does she know? She does now. She's watching any of your videos. Brave man there, Marty. Live life right to the edge. So anyways, that's what I'm going to do with these guys. I have a whole bunch of them. You get one of them front load washing machines and they give you 5 of them, so that's why they're all the same color. See, here's the other one, and this must be the negative. There's 4 there and 1. So there you have it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to piddle part around in here, work on this stuff. Don't mean to be moving you too fast. I got that whole bucket. I think I'll start playing with it. Even these things. Everybody doesn't do anything to their water heaters. You know where the gas attaches to it. Let's say this is what you see on the outside edge of your water heater. You know, there's it goes down to the burner. There's a copper tube and there's a aluminum tube. Cut them off. There's little bits of brass on there. Cut it off. Unscrew it. It's just like this thing. You don't have. I'm not saying take the whole thing apart. I'll do that, but see, it had 2 motors on it, similar to this. See. And anyways, that's brass. That's brass. That's steel. That's brass. So you got 3 nice little pieces of brass. This is cast aluminum. That'll be a steel covered plate. It all comes apart. These are just the torque screws. Boom, boom, boom. Unscrew that, unscrew that. See, this one here is designed to spin. You can see that. The only way to get that apart, see the inside? That's an Allen key hole there. Here, I'll try to get you better in the light. See how it's octagon? You stick a big fat Allen key in there and the thing unscrews. Just in case you're wondering how they come apart. But other than that, I can take most of that apart with the pliers. So that's what I'll be doing with that. I will attack, not the transformers, but I will work on these things, I think maybe today or this weekend. But I think I'm going to work on one pail at a time. I got another pail to throw out in that big bin. That one there, it's all motors ready to go. The big bin I have outside, you've seen it. I got about 6 5-gallon pails in there already. It's just motors waiting to be decoppered. That's it. That's all that has to be done to them. Like this here. Just waiting to have the copper pulled out. This here, waiting to have the copper pulled out. That's all that's in that bin. Is these motors waiting to have the copper pulled out. I'll do that when it's real snowing and blowing outside. I can bring those bins in the garage and then go right nuts. They're safe, they're dry. You've seen that bin that sits beside my horse trailer shed. Here, if you can look out the window and see it. That bin right there. So anyways, yeah, that bin's getting a little full, isn't it? That's why I started the pail. Probably gonna go move to a garbage can. I have that great big one. I think he's 70 liters or whatever. Metric shit. So enjoy your day. We're getting little peaks of sunshine. It's 44 degrees out, so I could actually do some work outside. Puppy dog's laying by the door here. See, there is a bit of sunshine poking its head through. I got a couple solar panels on the picnic table. I'm trying to charge those lights. Those lights haven't been charged in 6 years and they're still working. So they have pretty good batteries. They're indoor lights. Put the solar panel outside. Wanna go outside? Go get him. She says, aren't you coming? I will. To get something from outside. So yeah, those two are aluminum. That's why they're sitting in there. If I decide to bring in my motors and not take those apart, I haven't decided yet. Not 100% sure what I want to do with them. These computers too, not sure. Somebody said hang on to that one because that is an old girl. It's an old Macintosh. That one's old too. I don't know what it says. London. I think it's a security system, to be honest with you. Like a VCR for recording. So have fun.